Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Keep Gaming Podcast. This is episode 30. I'm your host, Lu Nieves Jr., and I am joined by the entire cast of Keep Gaming. Pawful, what is going on?
Not much. We gonna rumble.
Oh, God. And we are joined by Johnny BoomBotz. What's up, brother?
Thank you for having me. I appreciate you letting me come back to this show. Thank you.
And we have Miyamo CG. What's going on, man?
Let's get horny, baby.
If you don't know, we go live every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/keepgamingpodcast. If you don't have the time to watch us live on Twitch, you can watch us on Monday when we post the show to YouTube. Just search Keep Gaming Podcast. And you can listen to us wherever you get your podcast. Just search Keep Gaming Podcast. What's going on, guys? So today we're going to be talking about the new GTA Trilogy Definitive Edition with GTA, I believe it's 3, right? Vice City and San Andreas. Guys, right off the bat, this has been rumored for a while, but then it got confirmed, and now we have an actual release date. They have digital releases coming out, I believe it's November 11th, if I'm not mistaken. And yes, November 11th. And then physical copies on December 7th. This is also coming out in a big month of November where a lot of other titles are dropping. For instance, we do have Animal Crossing, the update, the 2.0 update, and the Happy Home Paradise DLC. That's going to be huge. Also that's coming out is we have Vanguard, Call of Duty Vanguard. We also have Forza Horizon 5. These are big titles coming out at the same time. We're also going to be getting the Pokemon Pearl and Diamond. So a lot of these titles are coming around the same time as this trilogy. Guys, what are your thoughts on this new remastered? They dropped the trailer yesterday. They showed us some new shadings, some new updates to the graphics. John, I'm going to start with you. As far as this trilogy, are you excited? Are you interested? Are you going to be purchasing this? What are your thoughts?
I'm definitely not buying it.
Okay, right off the bat, I'm not buying it.
Yeah, no, I'm not buying it because in all reality, like GTA is fun. GTA is awesome, but it's not my style. I own GTA 5 on multiple consoles and I barely touch it. Like I haven't been on it in like months. So it's not really like my thing or whatever. As far as the remaster goes, looking at the trailer, that shit looks hype though. It does look really good. The trailer looks really, really epic. I like the fact that they kept it to the original. They kept it very similar to the original graphics, such as the way the faces look, like almost like an 8-bit kind of like a PS1 kind of style.
Yeah,
graphics.
They didn't do like a remake. It was just literally like enhancing what was already there.
Right. So they enhanced it. They enhanced the controls. They enhanced numerous things to it. So the fact that they have the updated graphics with still keeping it like the original is good because that really is what you wanted. Like if anybody that really wants the trilogy, that's what you're looking for to get. You're looking to get the original. You're not looking to get a remake or a remaster. Because if that's the case, we were just waiting for GTA 6 at that point. Okay. So that's where I stand on that one. Though. I'm not getting it, but I'm definitely hyped about it. I think it's a good idea.
All right, Pawful, what are your thoughts on this trilogy and the pricing of $60 for 3 titles as well?
I think basically breaks down to $20 for each game. That's not a bad deal, especially, having a digital release first. You're going to get a physical copy later on, only like a month or so about. So I think it's a really good price point. I agree with Johnny, though. I'm not going to buy it right away. I'm probably going to wait a little bit because I'm more hype about Animal Crossing anyway. So I know I'm going to play that more. And I want to get GTA where I can actually sit down and play it. I think it did a really good job of actually sticking to a remaster. Like it just updated the graphics. It's going to be playable on all the consoles that they're putting it out on. I think it's going to be great right around holiday season. Any GTA fans, they can ask for it for a gift and they're going to have a great Christmas.
Okay. Chris?
Already pre-ordered. What we talk about?
Wow. So you want it that bad. Like you can't wait. Yes. This has been something you've been wanting. You gotta
understand, these are 3 classics to me. These 3 games alone are classics, right? Okay. And you're getting all 3 of them for $60, which is $20 a piece, like Pawful said. Not only that, they updated the way the game plays as far as mechanics. They made it more like GTA 5 than like the clunky ass versions that they were originally. Like certain missions. Like I know we all remember those missions, the dirt bike mission with Big Smoke where you're chasing the train. That shit was difficult as hell on that clunky ass stuff. That's gonna be easier. Even the helicopter, like the RC car missions in Vice City, that's gonna be easier because it's gonna be GTA 5 mechanics over the old school mechanics. So for that alone, and just the way it looks, they actually got fingers now. It's not gonna be the little, the little cup hands that
they
like
put lines in
like,
the fingers so you can see. Yeah,
right. So like I'm excited for it. I can't wait. And it's pre-ordered. I already have it in the library. I mean,
so just to talk about what they did as far as changes, 4K resolution support, complete rebuilt lighting system, environmental upgrades, high resolution textures, increased draw distance, GTA 5 style controls like Chris mentioned, and I don't know what this means, but DLSS for PC. I don't have a PC, so I don't know what that means. Do you know anything what that means, Chris? Oh, you have no clue?
DLSS?
Yeah, I don't know. This is according. Yeah, this is according to from Rockstar themselves. They released this information.
That might be just so people. That may be something for like modded lobbies and shit. Like
no, it's been NVIDIA. It's the NVIDIA graphics. The NVIDIA graphics cards, they have the updated. So basically, it's a learning technology. So in other words, it won't.
Gotcha.
It'll be a smoother transition for when you're playing on PC.
It won't.
It'll basically essentially get it where the frames won't. The frames learn from basically whatever you have. So in other words, it just continuously learns. It's just a new thing for the graphics cards.
So
the
newer
RTX.
These are some great upgrades for a game that's a couple games. Believe one came out in 2006, 2008, and prior to that was like 2002, if I'm not mistaken, as far as the dates for GTA 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. Also, when this gets released, it's going to launch on PS4, PS5, Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, PC, and mobile. But mobile won't be dropping until next year. So this is all great news. I know when I saw the trailer yesterday, my initial reaction was like, this only looks like they enhanced the colors. But then I took a seat back and I realized this is not a remake like it is for Resident Evil or Final Fantasy. This is a remaster, kind of like what God of War had for its original titles. They were remastered, more HD, a little bit clearer. So I had to accept that these are old games and these upgrades do make a difference. It really does look better. The textures look a lot cleaner, clearer. And I was like, man, do I really want to spend $60? And I was speaking with Pawful in the Discord. And I said, after taking a shower, getting into my thoughts, I really thought maybe this is a great opportunity, not only for people who haven't played the game, but for people like myself that want to play an upgraded version of these classic games that Chris mentioned. So I'm getting this. And no, I'm not pre-ordering it, but I'm getting it and I'm playing it day one. I'm really excited for this. I love GTA. GTA is one of my favorite franchises, and this is just gonna help me hold a little tighter until GTA 6 comes out. So completing this, doing all the cheat codes, I'm looking forward to all of it.
No cheat codes. I'm doing it. No cheat codes.
Why? Right? Why? Why won't you do cheat codes?
Because man, I use all the cheat codes. I still have them memorized in my head.
No, you do not. There's no you remember the cheat codes in your head.
Triangle, square, X, up, down, L2, R2, L2,
You're reading
R2.
it. You're reading
I'm
it.
not.
Show us your screen. You're just making that up. And you see, I can't even challenge you on that because I don't know the code. I mean, and what did that code do, Chris?
I don't know, but I know that's what it was. It's the weapons one. There's like three.
But Lou, that's the same way though too. Like everybody knows the up, down, left, right, A, B, start. Like there are certain codes that everybody, if you're a fan, like you just know the constant codes. Like there are some basic codes that everybody knows.
I guess, but GTA I think was the first game, in my opinion, that had multiple codes where you had them written down on a piece of paper, and whenever you had that 5-star.
Did you not have a game genie, homie? Like a book, a master book, like this thick of game?
No, I looked it up.
They promoted it, bro.
I know, but I didn't get that. I went to GameFAQs.com. I got all the codes, and I don't even know if GameFAQs is still out there.
You said that's the first game with all them codes you had written down. You had to go to GameFAQs, bro. Before there was internet, we had books of cheat codes. We had Game Shark.
I was the real gamer. I didn't use cheat codes until I found out the internet existed.
Bro, Game Genie, you had to put your Sega Genesis game inside the Game Genie and then put that shit into the console to be able to do the cheats.
See, like I knew about Game Shark.
Game cartridges just for cheats.
Yep.
Isn't Game Shark the same thing? Wasn't that the same thing for codes or some shit?
Game Shark?
Yeah, you don't remember Game Shark? It was an adapter you put on the back of your PlayStation or whatever. I remember it was
Game
for PlayStation.
Genie, Game Shark? Yeah, Game Sharks. Not Game Genie, Game Sharks.
So Game Genie, you had to like input the codes in manually. It wasn't until N64 that Game Sharks had them preloaded.
Really?
There you go.
See, I didn't have a 64, so I didn't know that. Yeah, shout out to Pawful with the cheats.
Because I had it with the Sega Genesis. I either had whatever it was, Game Genie or Game Shark, whichever one it was.
No cheat codes, bro. I'm playing the games the way they're meant to be played. No cheat codes, no nothing. I want to struggle. I want to play it that way. If the cops are chasing me, they're gonna chase me forever. Type stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I remember that.
That's true.
That's so true.
Now, my question to you guys is: remastered a thing of the past? Like, are we gonna not see these anymore now that these new consoles have dropped, or are we gonna see more of these remasters with older games that the younger generations never played, so now they could play at a better resolution and enjoy it for what it really is?
You're gonna see more. You're gonna see more remasters because of nostalgia.
Yep.
So it's literally not even for the younger generation. It's literally for people that are our age with kids.
Okay.
That want to have our kids play the games we grew up on. Because remember, we were our generation, more so Lou, myself, Alex, and Chris expected all. We were the generation that brought gaming forefront. We were the ones that rode the code, like the main game of Nintendo, like Atari, going forward. Where Pawful and Chris and them, they hopped on towards the second gen of consoles.
Yeah, like 64.
Where we were the
GameCube.
initial, right? The GameCube, the PlayStation 1s, the N64s. Where we were the starters. We had the NES. We had the you shut the game off. That was it. You didn't have a save button. That was you were done.
There was no memory cards.
What Rumble controllers were. N64, the Rumble packs. Like, I'll never forget. Sega Genesis had the one where it was 8-bit, and then there was a game I had that actually was bigger than the regular game because it came with a 32-bit chip on the game to try to give you the updated graphics, and it was like a little tab on it. And it was like that's when you was like, oh my god, these graphics and shit. So I think it's more nostalgia for our generation. Like Nintendo, like I have the Switch with the original Aladdin and Lion King. And like, you know what I mean? So they're coming out with more of those things. I think they're just right on the nostalgia factor more than anything else, which is smart. It really is. But
because you know what the thing is too, I think we're gonna see a lot more because a lot of the game developers that are getting into the field now are around our age, your age type of stuff, and they want to see with the technology we have now. Because back in the day, we used to play these games like, wow, these are the greatest things we've ever seen. It looks like shit. But you know what I mean? But at the time, it was like, wow, what are we going to get into later about? And then now look at us. We got games that look like actual movies. Like the characters look exactly like us type of stuff. Like it's crazy. So it's like, I'm pretty sure with all these new developers, they want, of course, they still want to create new stuff. But hey, bring back some of the old classics and make them look the way that it can look. You know what I mean?
It's going. Oh, sorry, Pawful, go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say that's 100% true because a lot of game devs, like, they're going to want to tinker around with how to make those older games look better and feel better and like how we wanted them to look back in the day. Now that they're our age and they're actually like doing this for a job too. Like, I think it's going to be a huge thing. While we're getting new games, we're going to get that little nostalgia trip to hold us over, like with GTA. Like, until we get 6, we're getting this trilogy pack. So it's going to hold us over until we get the new era stuff. So I think it's a pretty smart move, just to hold us over, get new gen stuff, nostalgia, new gen, kind of like rinse, cycle, repeat. So.
Right, they're just making the games how we thought they looked back in the day.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
In our mind, when we played GoldenEye and shit like that too, we looked at it in our mind like, oh my god, this is amazing. But you look back at it now and you're like, what the fuck was I playing? Like, whoa, hold up.
So I forgot to mention, they also confirmed that GTA San Andreas Definitive Edition will hit Xbox Game Pass on November 11th. That's only one game. And on PlayStation Now, December 7th. So we're going to get some of these games available right off the bat on Game Pass and PlayStation Now.
That comes down to the idea where Xbox Game Pass and PlayStation Now are starting to take the forefront of it too, where they're realizing that day one games, like big game releases, are just better on Game Pass because, yes, people want to play it, but you're going to have more people play it. And then you're going to have some people like myself who want a physical copy of certain games that will go out there and purchase the physical copy afterwards.
Absolutely.
But I'm not going to go buy a game, though, if I don't know what the fuck it's like. So like I'll fast
Yeah.
and play it on Xbox Game Pass. I'm already paying $15 a month for it anyway. So when I go to like when I went to GameStop, I look at a game. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Am I gonna buy this and drop $40? I look it up. It's like it's on Game Pass. I'm like, nope. I'm going home. I'll just download it.
Yeah.
I'll call it a day. So.
No, I think that's why PlayStation, they mentioned a couple weeks ago that they're going to be doing the free like demos like we used to get when we were younger, where you're able to play about an hour of the game to determine whether or not if that's something you want to purchase. And if you do at that time want to purchase the game, it allows you, and it will start from your last save point, which I think is great. So you don't have to play all over again, and you can play, because back then you will play the demo and then you get the game, you have to start all over. So this would allow you to play it and then start from your save point. So I think these are great things that Sony's going to start doing.
Could you imagine going back to the old school demo style where like you go to a game, like let's say Spyro, and you have to go to the other worlds, but you get to the world and that shit says closed off demo only, and you can't get into that world, and it's like literally puts a block on it until you buy it, and then like, if you buy it, it'll unlock it for you right then and there on the spot. Like, all right, go ahead, go.
Yeah, I think that's going to be game changer for people, because then it eliminates, and it might put GameFly out of business, so to speak, because now it's like we can try these games, or maybe not put them out of business, but give the gamer an opportunity to play halfway through it, and then because they're so anxious to get to the next level, I'm buying it right now. I'm not going to wait to rent it or buy it. I just want to play now. I want to finish it if it's that good. So I think this is good as well. I don't know if Xbox is willing to do something like this, considering that their Xbox Game Pass is the best thing in gaming. I don't think anything comes close to it. Now, I just think they need more first-person titles for the Xbox gamer, so that way they can, take full advantage of the Xbox Game Pass. You're not going to get Halo until December, and I feel like there should be more first-party titles available, and Xbox doesn't have it yet.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, I was about to say I agree with that, and I feel like Nintendo doesn't have its Game Pass, but a lot of their game demos are very much like that. Like with Monster Hunter, I was able to unlock the rest of the map, and then I picked up right from there.
That's
and it transferred my save data. It was so nice and so smooth, and it made me like want to play it more. And it was like, yay, awesome! I can play it, and it's out now. And it just was like that nice transition. So I feel like Xbox doesn't really need to do that, but until like Nintendo, maybe more PC with Steam and such, because I know a lot of their demos are like you get to play it for an hour, but then you have to restart sometimes. And like until PS Now gets better, I think if those companies did those kind of demos, I think we'd be solid until their Game Passes come out and get better.
Absolutely.
I think it's going to be a rotating thing though too, in a way, because we went through where we used to get game demos out of books. You used to get like your Game Informer magazine, and you get an Xbox disc with a whole bunch of games coming out. So now the fact that the fact that we're not doing so many more AAA titles and indie games are more on the storefront. Indie games are the bigger thing at the moment. That's why you're seeing more of the bigger game companies going, nah, you want to play my game? I'm not giving you a demo. Pre-order it, and you get the demo with the pre-order. And that was going on for years. People were doing it for years because originally it used to be the idea of pre-order, and you get like Call of Duty. You pre-order and you get you get the RC car, you get the night vision goggles, you get all this crazy shit. And you're paying $150. Then they got rid of that shit, and it became, oh, you want to pre-order, now you just get the game a month early, and you get 15 guns that are going to be able to that'll let you wreck everybody else that doesn't want to drop $60 ahead of time, and you can wreck them all on day one. So, but people are starting to get mad now, and now that people are starting to get mad, now we're going back to the idea of demos and shit like that, and it'll be like that for a couple months, a year or two, and then we'll go back to the bullshit again of pre-order to get a demo.
And that's why I think the open betas are really good. Even if you don't pre-order it, I think the open betas are amazing because it gives you especially for first-person shooters or online games, to play with your friends and try things out like we did for Back 4 Blood. Me and Chris tried it out with Fresco, and we had a lot of fun in that open beta.
I was like, wait a minute.
And then when the game released, I kind of realized, like, this game is shit. We played it, me, Johnny, Bullhead, and Fresco. I was like, this game is whack. I'm glad that it's on Game Pass, and this is why I think Game Pass is so good, because it's not just an open beta, it's an actual full game, and it's typically free. Although you do pay $15 or $16 a month, it's kind of better than paying $60 for the full game, and they're like, oh, I gotta sell this or trade it into GameStop and get 5 cents for it, stuff like that. So I really do believe that Xbox Game Pass is the best thing in gaming, giving opportunities to gamers on PC and Xbox to try out games. And not all the games are on PC, but for most of them are. And Chris doesn't even have an Xbox, and he's actually able to use their library.
Yeah, and you can still play with people on Xbox Live. Like, I play with my Xbox friends all the time with that. So.
I think it's incredible.
I was about to say same. I think it's fantastic.
No, go ahead.
I was about to say, I think what PS Now is starting to do that too. So it's starting to catch up. So I'm hoping that Nintendo gets on there, and then it's game for everybody.
Never.
It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. That's a pipe dream that I'm gonna die. It's gonna happen after I'm dead. But
But I think
Nintendo just
PlayStation
started charging you more money for Nintendo just started charging you more money for Nintendo Online to get a DLC that you can pay for, and they ain't going for no Game Pass anytime soon.
Yeah. I think PlayStation Now is starting to catch up, especially now.
It'll be literally 20 years where geriatric patients, and they're gonna do it.
I think PlayStation Now is starting to catch up, especially now with the announcement that the GTA, one of the games for GTA trilogy, is going to be available on PlayStation Now, where before you will have to wait a year or so. Look at The Last of Us Part 2. It just came out on PlayStation Now, and it's already been over a year. I think they need to catch up a little bit. Maybe not when it first drops, but maybe 6 months after it's been released. They could then put it on PlayStation Now, give people more of an incentive to play these newer games rather than just giving us the older games that they do for PlayStation. I think they need to do something where they connect PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now and the PlayStation Collection for those that have a PS5 and combine it all in one price and just give us more. And I think that will be greater for the gamers on PlayStation, just the way Xbox is killing it right now.
Yeah. A big part of that too is definitely up to the developers, because the developers have the biggest say in whether or not they want their game to be set out to physical copy, digital only, both, or to the streaming platforms. And I think that developers themselves are starting to realize too, we're already making money, like especially with Rockstar. Rockstar does not need to worry, because Rockstar, their digital sells crazy with their monthly subscriptions and everything else too. All their additional components they do with Left 4 Dead, the rest of that shit, and they're realizing that Left 4 Dead is a huge thing. Left 4 Dead Online is a huge thing. Not Left 4 Dead, Red Dead. My God, what the fuck?
I know you say Red Dead. Yeah, I was gonna correct you.
Red Dead Redemption Online, is a huge thing, and I think that's where they're realizing, this is pointless to give us. It's pointless to give them Xbox exclusive only when I can literally just double my money and just make it for both, because people are not doing exclusive console anymore. It's not like it was back in the day where it's I got Xbox only. No, it's you pretty much get a console. It doesn't matter, because no matter what, except for cross console gaming, everything is pretty much even now across the board for the most part.
Yeah, I think it's smart for companies to start doing that. Especially like you said, Johnny. Exclusive is so far and few between. They're gonna make more bang with their buck if they just make it cross-platform.
Yeah.
So, is there anything else you guys want to say before we close out and start the post show?
Nah, we out here.
All right. So that's going to be it for us today on our 30th episode. Keep Gaming Podcast goes live every Saturday, 12 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Keep Gaming Podcast. And again, you can watch us on YouTube. Just search Keep Gaming Podcast. And if you want to listen to us, you can listen to us wherever you get your podcasts. Just search Keep Gaming Podcast. I want to thank you all for being here. We're going to start the post show. And until next time, keep gaming. Peace.
Peace. Ooh, got it in sync, baby.